everybody. Welcome to the coast of Maine on this lovely day. My name is Kurt Brown. I am a lobsterman here in Maine, and I'm also a marine biologist at Ready Seafood Company. Ready Seafood is a live and value-added lobster company based in Portland, Maine, not too far from where we're at right here in Cape Elizabeth, Maine. We buy and sell lobsters from up and down the coast of Maine and ship them to destinations all around the world. We are super pumped to bring you to the coast of Maine today to show you everything lobster. Big thank you to the Big Green Egg team for allowing us to demonstrate how we harvest lobsters sustainably right here along the coast. This is going to be tons of fun. This is going to be the first of a three-part series all about lobster. Today, obviously, we're out in the boat. We're going to haul a few traps. We're going to catch a few lobsters. And then the next two episodes are all going to be about delicious ways to grill lobster on the Big Green Egg. Over the last year, we've been having so much fun taking the lobsters that we catch right here in Maine and making delicious, amazing lobster meals on the Big Green Egg. There is nothing better than fire and smoke and the flavor of lobster, and we're going to get real deep into it. And we couldn't be any happier than to be right here sharing this with you today. This is going to be a blast. Like I said, this is going to be something new and different. A lot of you watching this right now are probably wondering, what the heck are we doing out on a boat off the coast of Maine? Well, we're going to show you where it all starts. It all starts with sustainable, responsible harvesting methods on boats just like this, and it ends with delicious, amazing lobster dishes fired up on the Big Green Egg. So to everybody at the Big Green Egg, thanks for letting us take this over today. We're super pumped to be here, right here along the beautiful, rocky, cold, clean waters of the coast of Maine. It doesn't get any better than this during the summertime. It's June here in Maine, and that means lobster season is really starting to kick off. We can catch lobsters all year round with our licenses here on the coast of Maine, but summer is when the season really ramps up. You have lots of lobsters making their way right inshore to the coast of Maine. I mean, you can see how close we are to the coast right now, and there's hundreds of thousands of lobsters working their way in, and they molt their shell and they start over with a new shell, and that's how they grow. And when they have that new shell, they're super hungry, and that's where we provide a service to them as lobstermen in the form of bait in our traps. So what we're going to do today is haul 3 traps right here in this cove right here, and we are going to see what we catch. Hopefully we catch some delicious lobster that we can bring on home with us and share with you how we cook it up. So without further ado, welcome to the coast of Maine. Let's go haul some traps and let's see how all this works. Thanks again for joining us. Check out what a beautiful location we're in right now. Okay, before we get going, just a quick note. The only way you can legally harvest a lobster here on the coast of Maine is with a trap. You can't trawl for lobsters, you can't dive for lobsters. The only way you can legally catch a lobster is with a trap, like we're gonna go haul right now. Come on, follow me, let's go. This time of year, very shallow water. We'll start about color. Everybody has their own specific buoy color that they request when they apply for a license. I got my first lobster license when I was about 8 years old, and that's one of the really cool things about the lobster fishery here in Maine is you can start when you're a little kid and learn how to do things the right way and learn how to not do things the wrong way. So when I was a kid and I first got my lobster license, I had to choose this buoy color right here. And the reason I went with this buoy color was these were the two paint colors in my parents' garage. So it was a pretty simple choice for me right there. But it's a really special fishery in that kids start at a young age and continue right on through middle school, high school, even college sometimes, and they can make a career out of it. So here we go. This one's my buoy right here. See the rope going down to the bottom of the ocean. Let's haul up this first trap and see what we get. Good looking trap right there. I'll take the zoom in on that. You know the lobsters are starting to show up on the coast of Maine when traps start to look like that right there. So everything that comes up in a trap needs to be measured. That's the beauty of a trap fishery, is everything that comes up alive, and if it's legal size, it comes home with us, and if it's not, it goes back into the ocean alive. Every lobster needs to be measured. This right here is the minimum size for a lobster, 3 1/4 inches carapace length. So this guy right here is a legal size lobster. I can tell before I even measure him, but we're required to measure. The gauge starts right behind the eye of the lobster, and if it touches the shell, then it's a legal size lobster. So this one right here, legal size lobster. We got at least one. This one's gonna be close. Let's check. Another keeper. There's two. That's three. All three of those lobsters so far have been males. When the lobsters first come inshore in the summertime, the first run of lobsters is always usually males, just like that. So this one, you can see the measure goes over the carapace just by a little bit. This one is just barely too small, so it's going back into the ocean. We're going to let this one go, and maybe we'll catch it next year. Another lobster right here. Too small. There's two that are too small. Another one that looks to be too small. There's three that are too small. We'll throw her right back. One more in here. And this one looks to be legal sized as well. Another keeper. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 keepers out of that trap right there. That's a good start. If we could do that all day, every day, we'd be in good shape. So the next thing after we catch a lobster is we determine that it's legal size. We want to put bands on the lobster right away so they don't bite each other. Just like that. You can see the bands on the lobster so it can no longer bite us. Then they go in the live tank right here. That's just water circulating through a pump from the ocean, keeps the lobsters alive. Let's see. 2. Look at that lobster right there. That's a beaut. Trying to get us out of the wind a little bit. It's a little breezy today. Look at the claw on that lobster right there. That's a beautiful lobster. lobsters in the tank. I caught a little crab as well. This crab's going to go back into the ocean. Like I said before, with a trap fishery, everything that comes up in the trap alive, if it's not legal size or if it's a different species like this, goes back into the ocean alive. You can see the bait is what attracts the lobsters into the trap. So when this trap is on the bottom of the ocean, lobsters actually smell the bait in the trap and they crawl in through these side entrances right here, and right here. And then once they're in the trap, the path of least resistance is up through here into this section of the trap. And then when they're in this section of the trap, it's hard for them to go back, so they keep going this way. And you'll notice this is where all the lobsters were caught, in this part of the trap right here. Lobsters, if they're too small, can get out these escape vents right here. You see how there's holes in the trap? Those escape vents enable lobsters that are too small to get a free meal and crawl right back out. Because we don't want to be catching too many small lobsters all the time, and that impacts their survival. So those escape vents are designed specifically to let those small lobsters back out. Let's grab a little bit of bait. These are just pogies or menhaden, a locally caught bait fish. Spice it up a little bit. We're going to set this trap right back. That was a good spot. We're going to move on and haul another one right here in this cove. So let's go set it back. That's the same bottom we were on. We're going to put it right back where it was. But it's an effective and sustainable way to harvest the resource, and that's exactly what we're very proud of here as an industry, is the way that we sustainably harvest lobsters right here in Maine. We got another trap coming up here. I'd love to get another 4 count. Let's see what we can do. I don't know. When I was a kid, we would haul traps up by hand. Now just the thought of having to haul traps up by hand would be enough to keep me in bed in the morning. I love my hauling. Whoa, okay. Alright. That is a big female lobster right there. You see how big she is? She's probably about 2.5, 3 pounds maybe. She's got an old shell. She hasn't molted in a very long time. You see the black scuff marks at the bottom of her claw? She would easily be legal size. But notch in her tail, that little nick taken out of her tail right there, that means that she's a proven breeder. Someone else has actually caught this lobster before when she had eggs on her tail. And when we catch lobsters with eggs, we're required to throw them back. But before we throw them back, we're required to cut a V-notch like that into this specific tail flipper. That signifies she's a proven breeder and she's illegal to keep. So this lobster right here, despite the fact that she's legal size, she's illegal to keep and has to go back in. Another sustainability measure we have here in Maine is if a lobster is too big, it also has to go back into the ocean. So on the other side, the measure from the minimum size is a maximum size. And if a lobster has a carapace or shell length of over 5 inches, it needs to go back into the water, regardless of whether or not it's a male or a female. The reason we throw those large lobsters back is because they're the breeders. A 1 pound lobster like we just caught there, a female lobster that size can hold 10,000 eggs every year. Whereas a larger lobster like this female right here can hold over 100,000 eggs every year. So it's very important to V-notch in our oversized rule to keep our brood stock on the bottom of the ocean to ensure a sustainable, healthy resource for generations to come. So she's going back into the ocean right now to do what she does best. Alright, let's see how we do out of this one. Alright, one legal size lobster right here. Another legal size lobster right here. There's 3. This one's going to be close. 4. That's 2 4 counts in a row. We're going to have to edit this video so no one sees where we are. That's a really good start to the season right there. If we're doing 4 counts out of our first 2 traps of the day, that's a very good start. I don't want everybody knowing where we're hauling right now because everyone's going to come here and start setting traps. As you can see, there's already plenty of buoys in the water right now, so it's no secret. We'll add a little bait to this one too. Set this one right back. Before we do, we want to band our lobsters and get them in the tank and out of the hot sun as quickly as possible. 1. And one more makes 4. As you can see, at the end of the day, it's really tempting for me to bring home lobsters to eat just about every day, and we do about 4 times a week eat lobster. And through the pandemic, we ate lobster so much that my oilskins, or these fancy rubber pants, started not to fit anymore, to the point where the other day I was out and I bent over to pick something up, and I ripped the seams. So you eat too much lobster and your pants start to shrink, but that's alright because lobster's a good thing. And I love eating it as much as I possibly can, and I can't wait to share some of our new ideas on how to cook up and enjoy delicious, sustainable lobster. Alright, I think we got time for one more trap, so let's set this one back, haul one more, see what we get, and then we're going to let you go until our next episode. So let's go haul one more trap. that shell. So we're going to let all these hermit crabs go back down to the bottom of the ocean. We're going to rebait this trap in a minute. But before we do, I just want to say thank you to everybody who joined us today out on the water. It's a beautiful day. I wish you could be here in person with us. I want to thank my lovely camera woman, my wife Michelle, my beautiful wife. Whenever you see any of our videos on our Instagram feed when we're cooking on the big green egg, the real talent is behind the camera. I may be the captain on the boat, but I think we all know who the boss is, and she's standing right behind the camera right now. So thank you, Michelle. Thank you to the big green egg. And again, my name is Captain Kurt. I'm a lobsterman, obviously, but I'm also a marine biologist, and we work on some amazing sustainability research projects at Ready Seafood. Check out our website, you'll learn all about them. Check out our YouTube feed, check out our Instagram feed, and you will see all kinds of amazing videos just like this from the boat, from our science, and of course, from the Big Green Egg, and also from our culinary center as well. We're super excited to share with you in our next 2 episodes some of the amazing ways we enjoy lobster on the Big Green Egg. We've done dozens and dozens of great cooks, and we're super excited, like I said, to share many of them with you over the next 2 episodes. We're going to grill up some delicious lobster tails, and one thing I'm really excited about is we actually produce what's called cold cracked raw lobster meat at our facility, at our processing facility. We are the only company that produces raw lobster meat. So you can now cook lobster from raw in its most pristine form. It is versatile, and the culinary opportunities are truly endless because you're starting from raw the same way you would with a delicious ribeye or a chicken breast or chicken thigh or pork or a fillet of fish. Cooking from raw is the key, opens up all kinds of opportunities, so we're going to do some really fun stuff with that, everything from surf and turf to lobster empanadas, and because it's because it's raw, you can also fry it. The reason you don't see a lot of fried lobster is because when you get lobster meat, it's already been steamed, and you can't go ahead and fry it again. But with this raw, cold cracked lobster meat, you can fry it up and have the best fried lobster you could possibly imagine. So I'm super excited to share all of this with you coming up over the next few weeks. Until then, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. I think we have lunch ready for us. We're going to go home, roll some smoke, and do some long smoked lobster rolls this afternoon. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks again. Over and out. Bye, Big Green Egg team. Thank you so much. Over and out.